Hi, I'm Bernice Mukesh. I've been in the field of education for over 16 years. Preschool education is my forte. Are you working with kids between the ages 2 to 6? Pre-KG, lower kindergarten and upper kindergarten. I've been with this age group ever since I started my Montessori preschool in the year 2006. It gives me a great sense of joy and satisfaction being with children. My passion is serving little ones and helping and guiding them in their foundational journey, their formative years. I'd like to begin with a quote by Maria Montessori, which says, "The most important period of life is not the age of university studies, but the first one, the period from birth to the age of 6. In this video, I'll be talking about differentiation, how much I've understood about differentiation in brief, and also the 4 guiding principles that the EYFS is built upon. Early years foundation stage. Differentiation. Help given to meet the diverse needs of the child. Differentiation is the process of making sure that students with different needs and abilities have equal access to learning. This can be done by using strategies to make sure every student feels individually challenged and supported. One-size-fits-all approach to education cannot benefit all equally. Though children are to be treated equally, we must understand everyone is unique and has different ways of learning a concept. Teachers may use different strategies to differentiate learning so every student can reach their full potential. The needs of their class should be considered first by the teacher, and potential barriers to learning must be noted. This would help the teacher to support her students and overcome the barriers. How does a teacher understand what each individual child needs? To know this, the teacher first gets to know each child individually by collecting data in various ways. One could be student interview, getting to know your child, knowing their favorite styles and learning, how confident they are in taking tasks and topics, what they like doing in their spare time, and more. It can be done at the start of the year. And also you should be able to identify whether they learn visually, through auditory or kinesthetic, or through reading and writing. Keeping a learning profile for each student will enable the teacher to create lesson plans and tasks that enable students to get the most out of their learning. Next is parent interview. It is a good idea to speak with their parents too in the beginning of the year. This can be really beneficial. Next would be observing kids during play, indoor and outdoor games. Observing how they interact with their peer, how much language they use, how do they react to situations, how do they share, how do they manage their emotions, and more. Also, things to be noted are instructional behavior, social behavior, and general behavior and conduct. There are various barriers to learning that may require consideration as well. Common barriers to learning in children are, firstly, I would think language. A student might find hard to learn in an English environment as they may come from a home speaking in a different language. Next is learning disabilities, which involve a broad spectrum of diverse problems. For example, a child with Down syndrome. Other barriers to learning also include learning difficulties such as dyslexia and dyscalculia. Also, emotional learning barriers. A child's emotional state can detrimentally affect the learning in some cases. They may not be reaching their potential. Also, motivational learning barriers. Children sometimes underperform at school because they aren't motivated. And I have seen this in many homes. An unstable home environment also can be one of the barriers. Maybe the child may come from a single parent home, or maybe the child is not treated well or goes through some abuse in the home. So these can also contribute to barriers for learning. Having said this, teachers should create an environment suitable for students with different needs. Effective differentiation could be teaching the same materials to all students but by using several types of learning strategies. It could also mean delivering lessons that are tailored to the differing ability levels of each student. Creating various lessons that are based on different learning profiles in the class. Grouping students together based on ability, topical knowledge, or shared interests. Assessing students by using ongoing formative assessments is very important. Managing the classroom to create a space that promotes learning in a supportive atmosphere. continuing to assess and modify lesson plans and the content. Seating arrangements can be changed. Students can be seated according to their interests and ability. Organizing students in this way can make it easier to differentiate instruction for small groups, as the teacher can circulate and personalize their instruction among different tables. This way will make it easier when it comes to differentiating the materials and instruction. One might also decide to seat students next to a student of a different ability level. This can be a nice way to encourage collaborative learning. Displays and decorations in the classroom also should be conducive for learning. Well, the aim of differentiation is to make learning as effective as possible for all students, taking their individual needs into account. For example, if there is a student who has a disability, it is important that they feel just as included and supported as everyone else. This may mean providing them with adapted materials, changing the layout of your classroom, and ensuring that everyone can participate in activities that caters to diversity. How can differentiation support a child? Differentiation within a classroom aims to ensure that all children are provided with work that will allow them to progress through the curriculum and achieve their own milestones. This might be in the form of extra explanation from teachers, one-to-one support, different success criteria, or perhaps more challenging tasks. Differentiation not only supports children who find learning tricky, but also those who require more challenges in certain areas. In essence, differentiation ensures your child is able to succeed in education. In a Montessori school, identifying the individual needs of the child, content is tailor-made for them according to the child's learning ability. The unique aspect of Montessori method is that it emphasizes a learning environment tailored to each child's specific ability and their needs. Well, moving on, I just want to talk about guiding principles that the EYFS is built upon. What I've understood about EYFS. A unique child. Every child is a unique child who is constantly learning and can be resilient, capable, confident, and self-assured. Children learn to be strong and independent through positive relationships. Children learn and develop well in enabling environments with teaching and support from adults who respond to their individual interests and needs and help them to build their learning over time. Children benefit from a strong partnership between practitioners and parents. Importance of learning and development. Children develop and learn at different rates. And the early year setting definition is, in EYFS, practitioners often don't have to work in classrooms. And so, the places where young children learn are called early year settings or learning environments. Early year settings should be safe, engaging spaces which seek to enable children to feel comfortable. The early years foundation stage guidelines aim to provide quality and consistency in all early years classes, a secure foundation through learning opportunities tailored to the needs of pupils of this age group, that is 0 to 5, partnership working between parents and practitioners. In closing, I'd like to say, every child is unique and justice needs to be done in the school environment. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great and best teacher inspires. Thank you all so much.